Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are having a lovely, wonderful, fantastic day. Sorry to be coming to you in the same exact outfit I was wearing in my last advent calendar unboxing, but I gotta get through these puppies quick. Time's running out, folks. And we still have a lot of advent calendars to go because I don't know what self-control is. Oh, still got the swatches from the last one. All right. So today we are on advent calendar number 5 of our advent calendar season here. So let's just go ahead and reach on back and pull out today's calendar. This is the e.l.f.tastic. Wow, I didn't know. This is the e.l.f.tastic 12-day advent calendar for 2020. This calendar is $45 and it is a 12-day calendar, which I've already stated, I do believe. I do declare. On the back here, I think it does tell you, oh, that's pretty. That's so shiny. On the back here, I do think it tells you everything that is inside of the box, but I'm going to keep my eyes away from that. I do like the packaging. This kind of holographic iridescent like box is pretty eye-catching. So the $45 range is another similar price point to another advent calendar we know oh so well. Sephora. Oh, gotta get control of that cough. What the heck is in here? That is the weirdest shaped door. Anyway, it's sort of interesting to see how the e.l.f. one compares to a similarly priced advent calendar. So let's go ahead and begin with day number 1 over here. I do like the ones that you could rip like this. Oh, and again. Alright, the first item we have in here is the e.l.f. Wow Brow. I'm just gonna go ahead and say I probably haven't tried a lot of these e.l.f. products. I used to use a lot of e.l.f. like back in the day. I feel like everything used to be like $1 at e.l.f. I feel like prices have increased fractionally, I think. I got mine in the shade Neutral Brown, which might be an okay shade for me, maybe just a little bit on the light side. It looks like it has some like little fibers in there. That's real hairy if not. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be like brow fibers, but if not, that's a super hairy little wand. Stuff like this is a little bit difficult because everyone has different like hair colors. So if you have like jet black hair and jet black eyebrows, this might not work for you. Or if you have like super blonde hair and super light eyebrows, this also might not work for you. So seeing things like clear eyebrow gel in advent calendars is a little bit more typical. Day number 2. This to me, it looks like it's just screaming lipstick tube. So let's go ahead and see if it is. And it is. So the next thing we have in here is a little thing of e.l.f. lipstick. This is the e.l.f. Seriously Satin. Sorry about that. Seriously Satin lipstick. I got mine in the shade Taffy. This is a very pink lipstick. I personally am not like a huge super pink lipstick fan, so I think I'm not going to swatch this so I don't get my yucky germs all over it and I can pass this along to somebody else. But I think this is a full size, I'm hoping, so that's pretty nice. Ow, tools. Next thing we have in here is a skincare product. This is the e.l.f. Hello Hydration Face Moisturizer. It smells really good. It smells really like fresh and crisp, but also a little bit like fruity. However, it is fragrance, so if that isn't good for your skin type, this might not work out for you. It does look like you get a decent amount in there. It says that it comes with, there it is, okay, 0.53 fluid ounces, so you are getting half an ounce of product. Okay, 4 is up here. I'm going to assume it is some type of tube that you can squeeze that is filled with cream. Oh, and I was very wrong, and I am glad I was very wrong. We actually have a little quad of e.l.f. eyeshadow, and I do really like these shades. I look nice and neutral and warm toned, which is like everything I'm all about. The only type of like eyeshadow I'm wearing right now is what was ever left over from my bronzer. I took my very large bronzing brush and went like this on my eyelids because of makeup artiste. But I do really like neutral warm tone shades, and it's just so easy to smack it on there. So we have 2 mattes here and 2 shimmers in the center. I got mine in the shade Cream and Sugar, which makes sense. It looks very coffee-like. Ooh, speaking of which, nothing like some watered down iced coffee. How many doors have we opened? I already forgot. 5. I feel like there's absolutely no way this isn't some type of makeup brush. It's like long and a little bit wider at the end, so I'm about guaranteeing this is a makeup brush. The anticipation. We do have a makeup brush here. This is the e.l.f. blending brush. It just has kind of like a fluffier end here. It's not a fully rounded blending brush, which is typically my favorite. I feel like it would get the job done with some blending. You can never have too many blending brushes. Like fluffy brushes like this, I literally don't think you can have too many of them, especially when you don't often wash them. Not saying that I don't often wash my blending brushes, but just like if you just happen to not wash your brushes often, then like having a good amount of blending brushes is a good idea. Okie dokie, 6 is up here. I'm thinking based on the size, maybe like a chapstick or something. Wrong again. And yet again, I'm very glad I'm wrong because this I think is super, super pretty. This is an e.l.f. liquid eyeshadow and I love this color. I'm really into like burgundies and maroons. It has like a little bit of shimmer to it. It reminds me of course of the Stila like glitters and eyeshadows, the liquid ones. It has kind of the same packaging and I think that's kind of what they're going for. But this is a super duper pretty shade, so I'm hoping it swatches well. Ooh, beautimous. I really hope this wears well because this is a super pretty eyeshadow. It has like gold and glitter in it. I love that like maroony base to it. I think this is very, very pretty. We'll let that dry down. I need to start running or climbing stairs or something. Wow. I'll let that dry down on its own so you can see how well it stays put. Day 7 over here is nice and round, so I'm thinking a compact of some sort, perhaps like a translucent setting powder. I feel like those are pretty popular in advent calendars. 7. Oh, okay. I think I've actually heard of this before. I think people really like it. This is the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer, and I feel like there is another brand, a little bit more of an expensive brand, that had a similar primer, and people were saying this was kind of a dupe for it. If I am very wrong about all of this, oh, I thought there's a plastic covering on it. Just shove my fingers into it. If I'm wrong about that, let me know, but I feel like that was kind of the thing. I am not a primer person. I never really have been, but I was interested in trying this, so I will give it a go. It really does feel like kind of interesting to touch. I kind of can't stop touching it. It feels kind of cooling. Oh boy. You guys are not gonna be able to see this, but I swatched it right there on my skin and I feel like it just instantly took away all my little fine lines and pores. This might be a nice little product. Door number 8 here is kind of large. I'm gonna assume it's like a squeezy tube. I feel like the big ones are always a squeezy tube. Oh! Maybe I shouldn't rip them like that anymore. Okay, so day number 8 was the e.l.f. Mist and Set. I feel like we're getting a setting spray in pretty much just about every advent calendar. It makes sense when you're getting like a lot of makeup. You're like, oh, here, put on all your makeup and then make it stick to your face. It's not exactly one of my favorite things just because I tend to not use it. Notice I'm like skipping probably the very important steps. Priming, absolutely not. Setting spray, forget about it. But at least this one is a pretty decent size. It does say that you get 2 fluid ounces in here, so that is nice. All right, 9 has to be a squeezy tube. It's literally shaped as a squeezy tube, so let's see what kind of cream we got. Ah, okay, so it is a squeezy tube, but not exactly a cream. How do they even get it in there is what I want to know. Is there some type of like hydraulic press that like crunches it all into this little plastic box? I feel like human hands can't do this. This product I'm actually pretty excited about. This is the Ride or Die lip balm. I got mine in the scent, shade, fragrance, whatever it is, Boss Berry. I love lip balms and chapsticks and all that jazz. This one probably smells pretty good, so that's very exciting to me. Ooh, okay, so this is also slightly tinted. It does smell very good as well. It has a nice berry scent to it. On a normal, regular day for me, I typically am wearing some type of like tinted lip balm instead of a lipstick. So yeah, I'm excited about this one. We're getting kind of close to the end here. Day number 10 is next. To me, this might be like, I don't know, it's a little bit short for a mascara tube, but potentially a mascara? Ew, okay, not a mascara. Instead, we have a very, 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 very shiny lip gloss. So this is an e.l.f. lip gloss that has just like a clear base with just like the most glitter. I really love lip gloss, but I'm not one to gravitate towards like super, super shiny, sparkly lips. This one is in the shade Bubbles. I do like that name though. Bubbles. Because I don't really see myself getting too much use out of this, I don't think I'm going to swatch it either, so I can pass it along to somebody else who would love to have nice sparkly mouth. All right, 11 is next over here. The next item we have in here is a disformed sponge. It looked like it might not have been put in the package correctly, so it is kind of misshapen, but I'm sure once you like put some water on it and squeeze it around, it'll be fine. Hopefully it does like regain its shape because the smush parts are kind of like really, really firm. It does feel pretty nice. It has like a traditional kind of like Beauty Blender Real Technique sponge feel. And then last but not least, we have Adore number 12 here, which is just so oddly shaped. If it's a keychain, I tell you if it's a keychain. You know what? I'm just gonna like day number 12. Oh, okay, so not a keychain. It is something that could be useful if you do like to curl your eyelashes and you aren't terrified of them all being ripped out simultaneously. I am very afraid of that. I tend to not curl my eyelashes. They already do have a decent amount of like flop to them, so okay, Okay, sorry, my memory card filled up, so I don't know where it cut me off, but as I was saying, I don't like to use these little eye torture devices. I'm terrified of my eyelashes being all ripped out. They already flop up enough. Yeah, that was the gist. So I personally am not really gonna get too much use out of this. Again, this is something I could give away to somebody who would get use out of it. I don't think it's an amazing 12th day item. I mean, you can buy these at the Dollar Tree. It doesn't feel like crazy high quality or have anything special like Ulta branding on it or anything. So this is just a little bit of like a ending to the e.l.f. Beauty Advent Calendar. Alright everybody, so that was everything in the e.l.f. Beauty 2020 Advent Calendar. I personally am excited about some of the items in here, some of them maybe not so much. I think this like liquid eyeshadow is absolutely beautiful. It does look like it's gonna stay put pretty well. A lot of the glitter does come off. The little palette looks pretty cute. I'm excited for the lip balm. I do want to give this Poreless Putty Primer a try just because it did like really take away those little wrinkles in the back of my hand. But as like a whole, it might be just like a tiny bit disappointing. I feel like $45 might just be like a little bit too much for it. Just like knowing the price point kind of e.l.f. I feel like that's a little bit much for a 12-day calendar. I don't know though. I would love to know what you guys think. I feel like this has pretty good reviews on the website, so maybe it's just me. I think maybe like a $35 price range would make me feel a little bit more like comfortable in the value that you're receiving. I don't really know if they said necessarily a value or how much you're supposed to be getting out of this. But yeah, that is everything for this advent calendar. If you'd like to see some more, I'm gonna have a playlist down below of all the other advent calendars we've done so far. If you want to check out a really inexpensive but pretty decent advent calendar, I would look at that Ulta Beauty one down there. I think it's like 12 bucks right now. Anyway, that is all I have for you guys today. Thank you so very much for watching. Please go ahead and consider subscribing if you would not mind. It would mean the absolute world to me. And I just hope you guys have a lovely, wonderful, fantastic day, and I'll see y'all next time.